Odysseus' many bartenders.
Okay, now, why have you come to us today?
Well, I'm actually here as a witness to the massacre that happened just yesterday.
Massacre, you say? What type of massacre?
Well, many of the suitors, as you know, were in Odysseus' palace, and just recently they all mysteriously died. Not many people know how, but I am one of the witnesses that have survived and know what happened.
Okay, so, would you be able to tell us what did happen?
Yes, there is a long backstory to it, though. It begins with Penelope. She was going to have a contest for the suitors to see who would win her over, because for many years she was just almost like stalling, waiting for Odysseus' return.
I see. Now, what type of contest did they have?
They were going to do a contest to see who was really the dominant male in fighting. It was going to be like a swordsman, and a main part of it was archery, because Odysseus was a skilled archer.
Alright, so, can you tell us what type of archery contest were they going to have?
Well, it started out with Penelope grabbing a prize bow that Odysseus had. A fellow commander from Lacedaemon, or Sparta, as some people know it, brought this bow to Odysseus. Unfortunately, Odysseus and this man were never able to fight together as a team because this man died. But this is one of Odysseus' many prized possessions in war, whether it's armor, archery, or a sword. He would always carry it around him when he was in Ithaca, but outside of Ithaca he wouldn't really take it because he didn't want to lose it or something. For example, when he went for the Trojan War to win Helen, him with the Greeks, he did not bring it with him.
Okay. So, during this contest, they used Odysseus' bow. Now, what were they... Was anybody able to use Odysseus' bow?
No, they were actually all struggling immensely. The bow had too much of a weight for the men to draw. They were not able to pull it. It started out with Telemachus attempting to pull the bow, and he was not able to. He was trying to make excuses that he was either too weak or yet he was too young yet. After that, Lacedaemon went to go to attempt to pull the bow, and he was not able to either, saying that it was like a disgrace to all strong men. They wouldn't be able to pull it like Odysseus was easily able to.
Now, after everyone tried, did anybody come up and actually prove to them, or what happened after that?
Well, after that, Antinous orders Mentes, one of the suitors, to light a fire. And with this fire, they were hoping to almost like heat the wood up on the bow so that it was easier to bend, heat up the strings so that it would be easier for people to bend. And when this happened, that's when I first saw Odysseus.
Wait. Are you saying Odysseus is back in Ithaca?
Yes.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Nerve, created from the descendants of Hephaestus himself. Nerve! Alright, we're back, and we have just found out that Odysseus is back too. Please explain.
Yeah, well, as I was saying, Odysseus, the swineherd and the Dover were being taken outside by Odysseus. Odysseus at the time was disguised as a beggar by Athena. He apparently was in Ithaca for a little while, but he was disguised as a beggar, and they went outside, and I could hear them outside the window.
Well, who could you hear?
I could hear Odysseus speaking with the swineherd and the Dover, and they were kind of talking in soft voices, so I couldn't catch it all. What I did hear was Odysseus as the beggar, asking if they were faithful to Odysseus, if they were hoping he would come back. I, for some reason, heard some kissing. I have no idea what that was. I may be mistaken. And then finally, I heard Odysseus say that he needs his hands on that bow.
So you said Odysseus needs a bow. How did he get that bow?
Well, the bow was the bow they were using earlier for the competition. Odysseus, knowing he was the only one able to pull the bow back, needed that bow in some way. So he asked the swineherd to get the bow for him. And after many hateful words were said about Odysseus as the beggar, because Antinous and many of the suitors did not like that man, Odysseus eventually got the bow.
Odysseus is back! Odysseus is back! Odysseus is back! Alright, well, we're here with a new witness. Can you please tell us what happened?
Oh yeah, so I was listening to the battle scenes of Odysseus' palace. Oh, sorry, I've never been on TV before. So
It's okay, sir. Just calm down and explain.
all right, so they had this big old contest, right? And so Odysseus, excuse me if I stand up. So he took his big old bow, and everyone's like, "Oh, there's no way he's gonna get it." He's like, "Oh yes, there is." So he picked up the bow. He strung the bow. He shot through every single axe, and everyone goes, "Holy cow, it's Odysseus." And Odysseus grabs the bow, he runs up the stairs, and Alcinous comes running right after him, and Odysseus goes, and Alcinous goes, shot right through the neck,
Now, sir, how did you see this?
Oh, I was looking through a little peephole in the door, because I heard a lot of commotion going on in the palace. So then, after he shot Alcinous, Eurymachus was like, no, don't hurt us now. I mean, it was all Alcinous. Oh, yeah, right. And he goes, and then he kills Eurymachus, and then Telemachus comes up, his Odysseus' son, and they're like fighting side by side. Okay, and then,
And then what, sir?
and then they start coming up as like waves, and Odysseus and Telemachus and the other two, swineherd and drover, just killing all of them, like wave by wave by wave. But then this guy, I didn't know his name, but he came up because Telemachus went to go get some swords from the closet. But he forgot to close it. So one of the suitors, he ran up there and got a bunch of weapons and gave it to the suitors. And the suitors are all like armed and stuff now. But this is like, oh, there's still no match for me. And so he still took his bow and like killed everyone. And then.
And then what, sir? Do you want to take a time to take a breather?
No. So after Menelaus, I think his name was. I mean, I heard it on the streets. But so he went up there, and the swineherd guy, he ambushed him when he's coming out. He kicked his butt, and just put him on the roof. And then Odysseus started killing everyone else. And then one guy was pleading for mercy. He's like, "Oh, heck no!" And then his son was like, "All right, Dad, you have to spare this one though." He's like, "All right, son, I'll spare this guy because he's cool." And then so.
Odysseus won the battle?
Odysseus won the battle.
Alright. That'll conclude our breaking news segment. Stay classy, Ithaca.